Because they say if a sea urchin stings you,
Oh man. Oh
then
man.
urine can take out the sting.
Well, he could use the Drake defense. Teenage Fever.
Drake,
He has a song about it.
does he?
Well, Drake has a
About
song that's
what?
called Teenage Fever.
Oh man, Drake really needs. Drake.
Anyway, hey, R. Kelly is one of the infamous names in the music industry who've been in legal battles for a long time now. He's locked up, was convicted for whatever it was. Quite crazy story if you break it down. But apparently, they are looking for a loophole to set him free. He's currently serving 30 years for trafficking, and also a 20-year sentence for let's say underage viewing of uncovered kids, and enticing minors. The conviction was because of crimes he did in the 1990s, and according to his attorney right now, they are trying to use a petition to the Supreme Court that basically says that this Protect Act, which was used to convict him, shouldn't be used because, well, it was introduced back in 2022 or somewhere around that time, and the crimes that happened in the 90s. So basically, they're trying to use similar reasons to Cosby's appeal to basically get him off. RJ.
Yeah. There is a Latin principle, or at least a legal principle in Latin, and I'm gonna butcher it probably, but it means it's sine puna, sine lege. That's wrongly
Leech.
pronounced. But basically, what it means is you can't punish someone if there isn't a rule that allows it, and or at least that if there isn't a law or a rule that says it what you did is punishable, you can't punish someone because there needs to be legal certainty. I need to know, and people in a society need to be able to know that. So they need to be able to know what is legal and what is illegal, what they can do and what they cannot do. Because if you're living in a society where you get detained by the police and then you believe you did nothing wrong, but they invent a new rule based on which they will punish you, then basically you don't have certainty. Then there wouldn't be certainty for any of us living, working, participating in society, that we will be free. So if we keep doing what the law says if we avoid doing what the law says we shouldn't do, that we will continue to be free. In this case, my question is he saying that the rule, so what he did was not punishable then, or is he referring to is it an attack on the statute of limitation?
I think it's both. So what they are saying right now is the rule that has been put in place. I think it's called the Protect Act, which was passed in by the way, it was passed in 2003. 2003, yeah, apparently. It's not intended to be retroactive. So it would be like, for example, let's say selling weed was legal, or I'm not gonna say it was legal, it's not the same. Selling weed was not punishable at a certain point, or he was not punished for it. He was selling weed in the 90s. He was never caught, and it was revealed that he was selling weed, and then suddenly they arrest him and tell him you gotta sit. Basically, that's how they're trying to argue it. You gotta sit 20 years because you were selling weed, or you did interviews about you selling weed. And we have a video of you selling on the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm referring to the video
So the
of
principle
him.
is actually, I said it incorrectly. It's nulla puna sine lege. So, but neither here nor there.
Yeah.
That is a valid argument, I would say. Now, there can be, so in law you have general rules and specific rules.
Yeah.
So it can be that the specific rule was established in 2003, but it derived from a general rule. Because how it works, KR, is you need to, how it works in law, you need to take the facts and circumstances of an incident or an event. Then you would need to look at the law. You would need to take the relevant rules, and then look at the various all the criteria that should be met in order to speak of, for example, battery. In order to say, okay, this act qualifies as a crime. So you can see it. You might think, oh, we saw it with your boy, the guy who got 20
My
years.
boy?
Yeah, the engineer who got 20 years. Miyu, yeah.
By the way, that's a story we covered before. I think there are also clips from that. That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
If
I didn't know any better, I would think I would have thought he was a black man. But 20 years, man. Okay.
He got 20 years. He used the self-defense kind of idea. I don't know what he was defending himself against, because, well, he was the only one with a weapon there.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how it works, right? So oftentimes that's a perfect example. Self-defense. You might think it's self-defense because someone is attacking you and then you attack back. But when you analyze an incident, you will take a law or a rule and then look at the various criteria. So all the criteria need to be met in order to speak of self-defense. And so if everything is met, but if one of the criteria is proportion and you're not proportionate in your defense, in your self-defense, so I'm just not talking, so I'm talking about self-defense because that's easier to talk about, and I have to pick and choose my words less than what Kels is being accused of. But with self-defense, for example, you would need to look, okay, maybe the person was being attacked. Maybe he had to act that way because there wasn't an alternative. The person couldn't run away. But he punched him one time, the aggressor one time. The aggressor fell. The moment the person fell, the situation changed. And so he could run away. But now if he decided to mount him with his purple belt jiu-jitsu technique and start throwing elbows, then that's not proportionate anymore. So it doesn't qualify as self-defense. And so the same goes for
let's
say Kels. Yeah, but for Robert as well right now, what I'm saying is maybe the specific rule for which he was punished or is being punished didn't exist by then, but maybe that same incident qualified as a different, so he would still be punishable but under a different law.
Yeah.
And it can be the case because usually when they go in a case, usually you have like the main claim, and then you say, if you don't qualify it as this, qualify it as that, and if you don't qualify it as that, qualify it as this. And so yay, let's see.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but the convictions, I mean, what Robert is accused of is crazy. I haven't seen the video myself because I was like, what the heck is this guy? The video that was alleged of him exposing yellow colored fluid on a minor.
I didn't see it either.
I haven't seen it.
That was the old story, man.
But that's the story he's partially been convicted of.
Yeah. But I mean, after, I think he walked for at least 15 years. After that, he was walking around freely.
20 probably even, because he was
Probably.
convicted not long ago. So
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I remember I heard those stories when I was very young, and I was like, what the heck? Yeah, I don't wanna. What the heck are people?
As long as he doesn't use the sea urchin defense. Because they say if a sea urchin stings you,
Oh man.
then
Oh, man.
urine can take out the sting.
Well, he could use the Drake defense. Teenage Fever. He has a song about it.
Does he?
Well, Drake has a
About
song that's
what?
called Teenage Fever.
Oh man, Drake really needs.